land of spirituality. So before us and together we chant the Namo Sankirtan a few times. Please come on. We're going to chant in Vietnamese language. Most venerable HUYyczN please teach with us, and also our dean, Professor instructor with us, please.
Đây để thầy đang live stream. Đây gì?
Professor Sarab, my respected colleagues, students and guests, those who have given their time to come here for this lecture. We have this lecture under the aegis of Indian Council of Philosophical Research, which has given us a small grant to hold 12 lectures, and we have taken the theme on Buddhist meditation, and it is the 10th lecture in that series. I am grateful to Professor Lam for accepting our invitation to be here and to deliver this lecture on peace and happiness with special reference to Buddhist meditation. Professor Sir Dr. Lam is a very renowned Vietnamese Buddhist monk and spiritual leader. He has played a significant role in the peace process in Nepal and has been instrumental in promoting Buddhism both domestically and internationally. He holds a doctorate in religious studies from Sorbonne University, France, and has been involved in various Buddhist activities and teachings. As the founder and abbot of Vietnam, pathway to the first Vietnamese Buddhist monastery established at the sacred sites of Bodh India and Lumbini, Nepal, it transformed these places into thriving centers of pilgrimage, cultural exchange, and mutual respect among Buddhist traditions from around the world. Under his stewardship, Lumbini evolved from relatively underdeveloped site into a complex of more than 3 dozen temples representing nations from Asia, Europe and beyond, symbolizing global Buddhist solidarity. Dr. Lam has also been involved in restoring Buddhist relics in Nepal and India and has called on the global Buddhist community to support these efforts. His leadership and vision has transformed Lumbini from a thriving city, and he continues to be a prominent figure in the promotion of peace and peace worldwide. During his peace work in South Asia, Venerable Lam has
Bao bánh
penned numerous books
Cô trà gì? Thì thì cô trà gì? Thì
for personal
Samsung.
and societal harmony, contributed to international Buddhist collections
Samsung.
and inspired peace research initiatives in Europe,
Ah.
including the high
no, Samsung. Thì thân đi vào.
Across his life and work,
Cô trà xin here.
he exemplifies how spiritual depth,
Xin here.
intellectual
Live stream.
engagement, and a compassionate action
Okay.
that converts to these communities, these cultural divides, lasting
You okay?
these words
Anh giờ.
may now
Thì coi pani.
welcome on behalf of our myself and all of us to Nalanda region, a place which is the place for all the Buddhists, all the scholars in the world. And to your place I am welcoming you, Dr. Lam, to these words. May I request you to deliver the lecture today? I declare 42nd lecture, Dr. Lam.
From here or here? Okay, can I sit here? Yeah. We talked today, I think, firstly, thank you very much, dear faculty, with chairman, professor, non and all brother, sister. I'm very happy to be here with you. We share some idea. How can I talk? Firstly, I talk about 20-30 minutes, then you can put question. You see, the life is a miracle. Miracle. I was born in a country torn by war. I think majority of you are lucky. Vietnam War is one of terrible war in the world. What's so funny? Only fighting for 9 years. The Americans, they bombed more than 7 million tons. And we calculate every Vietnamese must be about 500 kilo bomb. And when I was a child, I never forget. We went to school midnight because they tell we have to live underground. Very much suffering. Then when I was even 11 years old, I have very much suffering. I want to suicide because life is useless. Suffering, war, and finally my father and mother is not united, separate, and I have many kind of sickness. But I say there's a wonderful thing before I suicide. I have intention when I cross the river Kenya, or the middle of the river, I jump. But before go to the river, we pass a ferry. There's a one master, Vietnamese master, we call Thầy. He's awake for me, there's suddenly there. He called my name. No suicide. Follow me. Then I follow him to the function in the southern mountain, and I stayed with him only 2 years and a half. He taught me many more what we call the secret. At that time, we don't have the table like this one. When we go outside, work out, we follow him. What he taught, we don't die. Really miracle. Miracle. And then after this, I studied in the foreign country so many years. Wherever I go, I apply it. Wonderful. Therefore, I think today we talk about peace and happiness. And many people are looking for peace and happiness, looking, but cannot find. But really, if you have a secret, you can find it very close to us. Yeah, miracle. One of the secret I learned from my master, he said, I learned at least 3 times. He said, whenever you drink a cup of water, a bowl of rice, never forget. Never forget. At least 3 times. So, more than 60 years in a foreign country, I'm working, traveling, more than 80 countries in the world, I never have problem. Peace. Like this way. And when I come to, you see before when I was young, when I have read the story in Vietnamese, like the Roman, we told Thầy Đại Thánh, with the monkey and the monk from China, like this one. Then when I grew up, I read about the Wing Sun, he come in 7th century. That is my wish, should come to the Holy Land. When I come to Holy Land, 1970 in Bodh Gaya, very happy. That's first time Vietnam world in the world, terrible world. Then I'm very happy, but very happy. Then, because I say that we are suffering, how can we come like this one? You mention? Then I remember, this is also the second of my master, he said, whenever you come to the Holy Land, you spend at least about 5 minutes, make the wish. So at that time, we were students, I make so many wishes. This is also reading. After my studies should finish in the good way. After the finished studies, then I should get good job, a good salary, like that kind of thing. And the last wish is, before I die, I very much like to see there should be Vietnamese temple in Holy Land, Bodh Gaya. And then after this, Bodh Gaya, I went to Lumbini. I also was shocked because Lumbini now the road. At that time we go to Nalanda. The train Nalanda, and then from Nalanda we have to take elephant to Lumbini. When I come to Lumbini, I also feel very surprised. Lumbini look completely. And near Sokatila, there's one small village, people know the toilet around. Oh, I thought the tourist guy, maybe this guy like this one. So after that I see on the pillar the inscription. Oh, then we compare with the record of HUYN, I say, this is right. Then I apply the mantra of my master. I say, this is where Buddha was born. I go to make many wishes, not the brain. I just make a wish. The last wish I repeat at least 3 times. If there's really the place where Buddha was born, I wish to see Lumbini develop before I die. I make the life children, I work 9 hours. Beautiful. After nearly 30 years. No, after my study, I go here and there. I also talk about Lumbini. Lumbini, where Buddha was born. Why is the root like this one? I'm talking. And some teacher, some officer, they're surprised. My subject is not relating at all with Lumbini. Whenever I talk Lumbini, because I said Lumbini is the holy place where Buddha was born. Like Mecca, like Varanasi, like this Jerusalem. Why is doing like this one? I'm talking. And people, they say, this is not your subject, why you are talking to me like this one? There's something wrong. I'm telling you, it's a very surprise. And one of my teacher in France, Professor France in Sorbonne, he also the teacher of the King Nalanda. And he tell this to King Nalanda. Because King Nalanda, King of Nepal, he also studied in France. And then, when I was in Bodh Gaya, and he said, people come, he said, now, when would you like to get the land in the Lumbini? I said, no, I'm working here. My project is working here, come to Lumbini. And then after that, the king, he sent the land come to the Dutch dam here, go to that. Then we fly over Lumbini, Rio. And I select the land. When the land down, then I come, I see really, because we have already land, I did not see how is the land. I knew the temple is a small lake. I was very disappointed because we are on the sky, we cannot see properly. And selected now we cannot change. But at that time I remember the pilot, I say, oh master, you select this land is good because there's a lot of water, so it will be very deep. So at that time I had, then I would like to share you this project. At that time the weather and climate there, the sky, we did not see anything. And then I outlined on part of my master, I say, if the Buddha and Ancient and want I do something for Lumbini, I want to see the miracle happen in Lumbini. You see, wonderful, within 10 minutes the sky clear. From Ashokapila we can see snow mountain Himalaya. It's very surprised, impressed. Then I go down for Ashokapila 3 times. Then I decide to remain. Then I take out in my pocket, then we have $60. Then I say, I wish with $60, I must start the project. Everybody understand many banks also, the foreign one very surprised. With the $60, I buy the plastic and leave under plastic tank. Now another thing I would like to tell you, when we get the land, the King Nalanda, he put me the question, he said, Guru, Master, how much money you invest for Lumbini project, your project? I told him 1 rupee. And he went like this and that. But before I got that, nobody believed. And then you see with the 10 pass. At that time I got the land, but we did not have money. We cannot do. So my idea, so much challenges. So this is what I would like to tell you.
Yes, sir.
In the life, if you want to do something good thing, so many obstacles.
Good time.
We should be patient, we should follow the Buddha way. Many times I want to give up. And then with meditation, and this one is, I think it's not time, I think we don't have time. If we have time, I would like to come and to hear the secret. Then I say, now no road, no electricity, no water. How can we develop? How can we develop? Early under plastic and 6 months and a half, nobody give me even banana. But with the secret, the one part of my master, I practice, the thing is clear. This is a conception, I say now we cannot build a temple. We cannot do because we don't have money. So we have to motivate the Buddhist country come and build the temple. So we started step by step. Now I'm very happy to inform you, now we have 37 countries. It's wonderful. I very much like to invite the old professor, old Lama, venerable monk, and students of this university should come to Lumbini and stay with me at least 1 week and serve it. But it's a miracle. Nobody will even like this one. So in our life, if we have a mantra, we can get the peace and happiness. When they come to Lumbini, Lumbini was the peace. No, peace, yes. But suddenly, the world broke out. Meaning, many political fighting. And one of the Communist Party of Nepal, they divide on two factions. One, they follow Marxist-Lenin, and all they call Maoist. They go to the jungle, make the world terrible. And they kill more than 50,000 people. Majority of all among them, we foreigners, we also prepare the luggage. We want to leave because we are foreigners. I also prepare the luggage because you see when the war happens, they avoid nobody, can die anytime. Then I also intend to go, but one thing I remember my master is this: whenever we drink a cup of water, a bottle of rice, we should be thankfulness. So when we come Nepalese downward, if we run away, not so good. So I remain. So I remain. I also come to Ashokapila where Buddha was born. I also apply the mantra of my master. I say I was the victim of the world. Now I come to Nepal, suddenly the war happened. I feel very sad, because every day we open the newspaper, there's a killing. Then I make the wish. If I can die, I really die. Nepal should have peace. I really die. You see, this is the secret of my master. If I am not die, my voice, all political parties should listen and stop fighting. Then I repeat until like this 1 week. So I decide to remain. When I remain, every day I practice meditation, thinking how to fight away. Oh, this is also very interesting. Then I went to meet the king, and all political leaders to convince them should convince the Maoists come out and have a peace talk. Then I also asked so many problems. Because when they are fighting, we meet, they not listen. They say, oh, Master, you are monk. You do not know anything about politics. Why you are not stopping? I say, no, I'm the victim of the world. If the war happens, we should follow the Buddha way. Buddha is a wonderful peace master. They don't believe. But I'm working very hard, something I feel lonely, you see. Even cooking, doing anything, sleeping, go toilet, also thinking, peace. But that is the secret. Then every day I went to Ashokapila, I pray. And the most difficult contact, that is the Maoist. Because and all the majority political parties outside, we can go to office contact. But the Maoists are in the jungle. Very difficult. So we do not have any connection with the Maoists, how contact. And then at that time, I know there's one Vietnamese ambassador, he's ambassador in Delhi. Maybe you know, he's a very expert in then meditation. This year, I showed you the secret meditation. I pray, should hit. The most important is the Maoist. Then meditation, I think, if the communists, then certainly they have connection. Direct or indirect way. And Ambassador Dieu, he respects me very much. Then I went, because we are not politicians, then I apply, I pray, then I go to request his excellency, the relation between Vietnamese government and he is very close. And particularly Vietnam is a communist country. Certainly, you have connection with the Maoists. And you know, understand that one of the famous Indian communist leaders is Sitaram. Sitaram is the number 2 or 3. And you see, And what happened? The ambassador said, "Oh, I don't know nobody here." Disappointed. Means he refused. He don't want to engage in the peace process. Then I chanting the mantra and pray, continue. You don't know what to do. You cannot stop completely. But we are the ordinary person. How we contact them? Then you see, I onward apply the Phật of my master with sincerity. When you are on a sincerity, many wonderful things happen in your life. Then I come back, I drop a letter, open letter. I say, I am a thayhuyendieu, the first foreigner to get the land to build the first international temple in Lumbini. I was the victim of the world. Now I very much like to meet Maoist leader. Then I distribute in the different villages. Like that. You go like this one. And then and when the king side and the lower military, when they catch that one, they also warning me. You say, "Oh master, according to the law, you have no right to protect the Maoist Latanda." I said, "No, I protect them. I want to convince them to stop fighting." You see, it's a miracle. When you are sincere, honest, many miracle things happen. And one of the gatekeeper of my temple, his uncle is a Maoist. He brings that letter to Nalanda. And the brother invited me to meet him. But really, when I get that reply, I was so happy, but not so easy. When I go to meet him, because he's in the jungle, in the far away from India, about 300 kilometers in the jungle, and I sit there. What happened? They come and they check my paper, everything. Then they cover my eyes and suddenly cross mountain. Only when we go to the toilet, they open. And after that, I thought they kill, but no. When I meet them, I also tell them, I'm a foreigner, a victim of the world. Now I want to meet you to share the secret for the peace. Firstly, you see, what happened very much. They say, you are foreigner, you know nothing about the king that they talk about it like this one. And when I come back, I did the same thing. Go, they answer back, I pray. You see, it's a wonderful. When I meet him, I warn him, if you lay down the arm, you will be Prime Minister of Nepal. We working like this, so much difficult like this, morning and evening. And that's you see the wonderful thing happen through our Phật. Whole political parties, especially the Maoists, come to our temple. I cook food for them. When you cook food, it's important. I also learn the secret for master. When you cook food, you must pay attention. You chant the mantra and turn in the rapport. Namo Namo. I cook this food. All political leaders must listen to me, stop fighting. And those who are fighting me, they will die. And let it die. There are 2 persons die. Miracle. And after food, and we have the meeting. In the meeting, all political parties fighting. They cannot elect the chairman of the meeting. And at last, they elect me the chairman of the meeting. You see? Suddenly I become the chairman of the meeting by accident. So when I was elected the chairman, I put my hand both on that. Now all of you elect me the chairman of the meeting. So when I order, stop talking too much talk, but follow me or listen. You see, very beautiful. After more than 2 hours, the city and come back to Vietnam temple, taking food. I give them the room, I give them the coffee, and I teach them how to meditation, they might change. Thus, I would try to share you in the life. If we have the Mật Pháp, right Mật Pháp, many wonderful things happen. With power, yes. Before negotiating, talking, that might happen. You see, even the food, when you cook the food, with your mindfulness, your vibration to the food, and they change the mind. So, head department of Buddhist study, if you like, we should form the committee, we should organize and share the secret. And certainly we can bring the peace to the world. You see, I also spent many years about this one. Generally the big war, big conflict come small thing. Come about the small thing, not the big thing. Simply, some people jealous to me, they talk very badly, but I never talk bad to them. They insult me. They talk very bad about me, but I know that they are chanting the mantra of correction. And even sometimes very serious, I keep their photo. I keep very special place. Every day, I respect them. I go down to them. I offer them incense, water like this one. After 3 months, we have good generation. That is the secret for peace and happiness. People talk bad to you, don't talk bad to them. People treat you bad, you respect them. If possible, go down to that. Because according to the Karma, maybe last life, we make something wrong with them, so this time, they hate us. You see, for example, when I built a temple in India, they brought my hurt. But there are few people, they hate me, they talk, interpret the wrong thing. But I believe very strongly, the truth. There are 3 things in the life: sun, moon, and the truth. Cannot change. Truth is above all. I left Vietnam more than 60 years when I built the temple here. I want to build the temple, I want the Buddha also back from Vietnam every year. But I come to Vietnam at that time. Vietnam and USA still enemy because the war just finished. When I was there, some Vietnamese, they hate me. And they say, they make the comment, they used to do when I have a public talk in Hanoi, in Chiu and Hanoi University, they say, HUYYN, he's the CIA. At that time, there's a conflict in Vietnam. Those who wear the name CIA is very dangerous. But when I backtrack, I'm not afraid. I keep it in my pocket. And then when I have a public talk, now, the first time I come back to Vietnam, I want to make the Buddha from Vietnam tell you someone don't like me, they say I'm CIA. But this one, Vietnamese woman and the secretary know who made this one. But I can tell all of you, I'm not only CIA, but I'm from A to Z. From A to Z. Yeah. Truth is truth. And then slowly many Vietnamese government then went back. You see, that's not the thing. But when I was in America, the similar thing happened. Someone like you, they make the wrong thing. And they say you make the Vietnamese temple here. I heard that you offer to the communists. Is it true? Say that's true. Because I'm only Vietnamese here. If no communists, then this temple disappears. And then somewhere they say, Master, you are a communist. They say like that. The Vietnamese people đảng viên. They say, no, I applied for become communist many years, but I do not know why they don't apply. You see, this has been the truth in the truth. When you are sincere, honest, many wonderful things come. So now we have our brother sister from Myanmar. You also, I wish you are by 50 come to Myanmar. We are not against in politics, we just, if possible, you also apply by cook good food and drink the legal cup and then change their mind. But that is, I think, the Buddha way, the best solution to find a peace. If we are really want peace and happiness, peace and happiness come. But that is my secret. Oh, it's many wonderful things. So, excuse me, my English is okay? Yeah. My English is not good English. I speak French better. Yeah. Okay, now I think I talked a little more than 20 minutes. Do you have any question? Peace and happiness. If we are willing to have peace and happiness, we have a certain sector we can get peace.